look at this guy, okay? Look at this guy. Do you think that he would ever... What? I cannot watch this. I will actually spurg out, okay? It's not thought out. It's literally just the most vibes-based shit you could possibly fucking imagine, right? So he's confused melanin and melatonin. Is he on drugs here? Everyone knows who Russell Brand is. And there was, I believe, an article that came out a little while ago in the British press to talk about, I guess, relations that he'd had with a 16-year-old girl. There's been a lot of allegations and there's been a lot of things kind of swirling like over the years about about Russell Brand. There's a lot. There's a lot, okay? So, frankly, it's not a surprise that it's come out now. It's frankly a surprise that it hasn't come out years ago, okay? It's a surprise that it hasn't all come out years ago, okay? Hold on. So let me just read through this. The prosecutors of Britain have charged Russell Brand, the comedian and actor, with multiple counts of sexual assault, including 2 counts of rape. Okay. So I don't know if this is actually talking about the 16-year-old. There we go. Fucking hell. Go to the message, stop going to the embeds. I'm not. Okay. So, the country's Crown Prosecution Service announced the charges on Friday. This article was only released like 2 days ago. Okay. So, Jaswant Narwal, a prosecutor, said in the statement that Mr. Brand, 50, would appear in Westminster Magistrates Court in London for a first hearing on May 2nd. Mr. Narwal added that the charges, quote, relate to reported non-recent offences between 1999 and 2005 involving 4 women. Okay, so it doesn't seem like this actually revolves around anything involving this this alleged teenage girl. I think, to be clear, I believe it was Channel 4 that did the investigation on this, and I think that is pretty well spelled out. Okay, it's pretty well spelled out. However, yeah, I know you can't see what I'm reading. I'm reading it to you. Okay, I've managed to copy and paste it onto a text page. I know you only see the paywall. Okay, I know you only see the paywall. I don't think it's got anything to do with the 16-year-old girl, because from what I was hearing, I think this was mentioned in the reporting at the time. There kind of technically was really nothing that could have been done, either at the time or kind of later on, because obviously, you know, obviously, it's UK. It's in the UK. You know, our age of consent is 16, and so far as I'm aware, that's, you know, a 16-year-old and an 80-year-old could have sex. It's not like it's 16 because of Romeo and Juliet laws, you know, kind of specific and kind of like technical and no, right? And yeah. So that's why, okay? That's why. But apparently this has got nothing to do with that. Okay, so the British police began investigating Mr. Brand's past behaviour in September 2023 after the Sunday Times, the Times of London, and the TV network Channel 4 published a joint investigation into the allegations against him. I was right, okay. I was right. You sent the PDF? Sent the PDF to jail. Let's go. Okay, sorry. So apparently it's ongoing from that initial reporting that I was talking about, remembering. Okay. So on Friday, Mr. Brand posted a video on social media in which he denied ever having committed rape or sexual assault and said he had never engaged in non-consensual activity. Mr. Brand said he was grateful that he would have his chance to defend himself in court. The Metropolitan Police in London outlined further details of the charges in a news release on Friday. Mr. Brand is accused of raping a woman in the Bournemouth area in South England in 1999, of indecently assaulting a woman in London in 2001, of orally raping and sexually assaulting a woman in 2004. Orally raping? Okay. And between 2004 and 2005, of sexually assaulting a 4th woman in London. The police statement added, the Met's investigation remains open, and detectives ask anybody who's been affected by this case, or anyone who has any information, to come forward and speak with police. Under British law, it's an offence for news outlets to identify people who make sexual assault allegations, unless they choose to waive their right to anonymity. Mr. Brand became a star in Britain in the 2000s thanks to his fame. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Just for people who don't know who the fuck he is. And then, yeah, he's gone on to have, like, a YouTube channel where he talks about, like, retarded politics. Okay. Yeah. And it seems like there's probably not going to be too much insightful reporting until after the case is perhaps concluded. Which is, unfortunate, because, yeah, as it says there, in Britain, strict rules prevent the reporting of anything that could prejudice a jury at trial after charges are filed. So, yeah. However, as I mentioned there is a response, and Russell Brand has talked about this. So let's have a gander. He posted an Instagram reel. No fucking way.
Incredible and overwhelming messages of support. We're very fortunate in a way to live in a time where there's so little trust in the British government. We're very...
What? Is that a royal we? Is that the royal we? Yeah, we are so glad, okay. Who the fuck is this? Madison Cawthorn. Who the fuck are you? This is their same old playbook. Stand strong, brother. Time and now God are with you. Oh, because he became a fucking Christian recently. Fucking hell, okay. He's a public figure. He's an amateur chef and a professional American. Former congressman. Thank God it's former. Fucking hell, how disgusting is this?
Very fortunate, I suppose, that this is happening at a time where we know that the law has become a kind of weapon to be used against people, institutions, and sometimes entire nations that will not accept and tolerate levels of corruption that are unprecedented. I'm speaking particularly to...
I mean, this is annoying, okay? This is annoying. Because, I mean, I want to start delving into this, and, like, it's so retarded politically, but I don't even know if he's, like, actually thinking about putting this together. As in, like, these are my real thoughts. This is my real ideology. I'm really gonna, like, put this together, okay? And, like, really, like, think about something. That's not true. Think about nations. The law is being used against nations because they don't like corruption. It just means nothing. It essentially means nothing, right? But it just, like, signals something politically.
To those of you that are watching this in the UK, how do you feel about your legal system right now? How do you feel about some of the high-profile...
Mate, you haven't even gone to fucking court yet. This investigation concluded by journalists 2 years ago. And now the prosecution service has taken, what, two years to, like, go ahead and... Oh my god. Aiden. Oh yeah, but this kind of political analysis, and this way it's like Russell Brand is, like, so annoying, right? It's just, it's not thought out. It's literally just the most vibes-based shit you could possibly fucking imagine, right?
Cases that are not being pursued and prosecuted. How do you feel that the Southport murders were handled? How do you feel about the government of Keir Starmer? Now, that's just sort of general context. Me, I've always told you guys that when I was young and single, before I had my wife and family, we're just out of shot over there, my beautiful children, I was a fool, man. I was a fool before I lived in the light of the Lord. I was a...
Before I lived in the light of the Lord! Oh my god, he's fully fucking opted into the fucking Christian grift. And this is the thing as well. You wouldn't hear a British Christian talk about it in that way. You wouldn't hear a British Christian talk about their Christianity in this way. It's not done. That is, like, hyper niche, like, American, evangelical, like, politically active, evangelical, like, basically, like, virtue signaling, right? Oh my god. Okay.
Ex-addict and an imbecile, but what I never was a rapist. I've never engaged in non-consensual activity. I pray that you can see that by looking in my eyes. I want to thank all of you for your continuing support. I want to let you know that
I don't know.
our show will be on Rumble on Monday. Thanks for your support there. And of course, I'm now going to have the opportunity to defend these charges in court, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. In the meantime, you lot, stay free, and we will be continuing to discuss this matter. Praise the Lord.
Mark, I'm trying to get him when he's pulling a silly face.
Firstly, thank you for these incredible and overwhelming messages.
I don't know. He just seems incredibly fake, okay? He just seems incredibly fake. And for me, that does give me rape vibes, okay? He gives me very, very weird vibes. He gives me very, very weird vibes as I, like, watch him. Somebody ban Aiden from chat. Somebody ban Aiden from chat, please. Also, if you could ban all communications from Aiden reaching my PC, okay? I'd appreciate that as well. Fucking hell. Okay, so, I guess there's a Reddit thread here about people basically asking what the fuck has happened to him. This is quite interesting. So I guess maybe this is like, r/out of the loop is actually quite useful if you haven't used it before, okay? r/out of the loop is like, usually when I'm looking about something that's like in the public sphere, I will usually go there, okay? I usually will go there just to get like a general kind of like finger on the pulse kind of thing. But haven't thought about this guy in about a decade. Slid into Twitter/X today. He was trending. Clicked his profile, and apparently he's a conspiracist right-wing podcaster now. To be clear, he's always been quite conspiracy brained. He's always been quite conspiracy brained. Because as an experienced Redditor, sad. No, it's just when you type in somebody's name and then Reddit, you can just tend to get like good posts like this, where people will link to stuff, okay? Wasn't he a movie star? Is Biden alive? Oh my god. Okay, so he's on Rumble. Oh, because he got banned on YouTube, I believe. He got banned on YouTube.
If Kamala Harris is to be the new pick of the bait and switch find a lady cut and ball trick, being offered it in lieu of democracy, and we already know she's a socially inept and empty instrument of intransigent institutional power, solely offering cutaneous and genetic novelty to a famished pack of secularist devotees to bewilder that melatonin and an X chromosome could represent to them some form of Pyrrhic victory.
Okay. So he's confused melanin and melatonin. But this is basically Russell Brand, okay? This is basically what Russell Brand's politics has always been. It's like flowery. He's clearly got like a poetic streak to him. Right? He's clearly got like a poetic streak to him. And he writes and it's kind of like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Maybe. But as soon as you start trying to make like actual points, very fucking annoying. Because he's not actually saying anything. And yeah, he is confusing melatonin with melanin. Okay. British comedian. Yeah, I'm assuming everybody you know who he is. But I don't know where he started. In 2013 to 2015, Brand admitted to never having to never voted, despite his strong political leanings, and expressed public disillusionment in the British political process. Probably, I'm going to guess it's for retarded reasons. But okay. I feel like when people communicate like essentially like disillusionment with politics, usually they're not ever illusioned to begin with. They're just like, they don't know much about politics. They try to learn it. They try to figure out what's going on. They read a bit into it. But the average person does not understand very well how their government works, okay? The average person does not understand very well how the government of their country works. And so the choice is, it's just very, very easy to be like very, very cynical about this stuff. That's all it. That's all it, right? That's all it really is. Which gives me the vibe, but that's what Russell Brand is. But anyway. During the 2020 pandemic, Brand went totally off the rock and began sharing conspiracy theories on his social media platform, started moving towards the far right. Okay. Like many washed-up celebrities that got Me Too'd or cancelled, he pivoted far to the right, as his left-wing audience abandoned them. He got Me Too'd? This guy's talking, okay. This guy's talking in retrospect. He's got fucking hindsight Andy goggles on. I know that stuff had come out, right? People had said stuff. He'd always had like a reputation in the British media for being a kind of like a sleazy kind of guy. Either very like, you know, he kind of flitting kind of between sleazy and then potentially kind of like charming and like womanizing. But yeah. What's this? So this is supposed to be...
Are you on something right now?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Several things?
I'm just mucking around, Meredith. I've never taken drugs.
I love them.
Simpler times.
Are you?
Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's for a long, long time. That's kind of what Russell Brand was known as. Longer hair, kind of like generically good-looking, kind of zany, wacky, and then generally kind of a little bit charismatic. Okay. As a person, okay, he's genuinely quite likable. It's just unfortunate that he's apparently raped. Allegedly.
Check this out for an idea. Joseph Campbell...
But apparently... Okay, so this is from 11 years ago. So let's see what his religious beliefs used to be until about like 3 minutes ago.
Also, like, talked about the myth of Christ, and he said that the reason the story of Christ is important is the temptation in the 40 days in the wilderness. He's offered Christ material success, he offers him political power, and he says, if you are so spiritual, he says to Christ, who swerves the first two tests, why don't you kill yourself now and be only spirit? And Christ says, we are body and we are...
He's always been annoying, but it's cooler when he's on drugs. I mean, dude, I don't know. Is he on drugs here? Or is this kind of like a pseudo-philosophical kind of like when people try to talk quick as if they're like stuttering over their words, like rattle a bunch of stuff out, right?
Our spirit, and that's why he remains alive. Oriental and Eastern thinkers say that what is the relevance of the resurrection of a man 2,000 years ago? What does it matter if someone was resurrected 2,000 years ago if we are not resurrected now, in the moment? And I recognise this from an atheistic perspective, which is not my perspective. I happen to believe in God. But if you are an atheist, I think we are at the summit of our evolution. We're 38% identical to bananas, DNA-wise. We're 67% identical to earthworms, DNA-wise. 98% identical to chimpanzees, DNA-wise. So what we share together is infinitely greater than what separates us. To be at the summit of our evolutionary possibility, we have to live beyond the dead model of our animal selves, of our earth.
Okay, I can't listen to this. Who actually watches this? I don't know. He's not cooking. We are bananas. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, right? It's like, what's his name? Oh my god, I've completely forgotten the philosopher. Is it Daniel Dennett? Yeah, Daniel Dennett, who just called things like deepities. That it's kind of like, it seems introspective, and it seems like deep, but you essentially say nothing. Nothing is said. Nothing is communicated. And that is just how, like, Russell Brand, like, speaks. It's totally contentless. It means nothing. And then ultimately, it's just, I fucking hate it. I find it so frustrating. To be honest, okay, I can't stand, it actually gets under my skin when people say things in a very vague and a very flowery way that eventually just communicates essentially nothing, okay? Babka can confirm this. I think the few times that we've had genuine, like, rage out, I think I started calling her a bitch. I started getting really, like, fired up. Was because of this issue. It was because of this issue. I thought she was doing this. And I was getting really fucking frustrated with it. She's like, why are you being so mean to me? But I was a little frustrated. I was a little aggravated. I was like, you stupid fucking cow whore. Did you not realize? was getting way too fucking hard. But we were talking over, we were like DMing each other, like in real time. We were like Alex and Alice, like straight back again and again and again and again. Yeah, I am verbally abusive.
Okay, bro, you're getting too big for your boots.
Thank you very much. But yeah, I've come to realize, okay, Babka just has a very unique way of communicating. It's not that it's contentless. She just speaks in very flowery, obscure ways sometimes. Anyway, so yeah, these are his like retarded like views on religion. I guess he's always believed in God. Fair enough. I thought he's way more spiritual, way more Buddhist. But anyway, but then he starts transferring apparently.
Hello there.
Come on, guys. Okay. Come on. Look at this guy, okay? Look at this guy. Do you think that he would ever rape?
Hello there on your phone. I'm the same as you. I feel the same way you feel.
Come on, guys. Let's be real, okay? Does anyone really trust the British government? Come on, guys, dude.
Feel sometimes disconnected, sometimes irritated, sometimes discontent, sometimes oddly potent and self-involved. I'm talking to you particularly because that Muji quote generated a lot of interest on my social media platforms. Feelings are just visitors, is that it? Feelings are just visitors, let them come and go, by Muji, a very brilliant...
Okay, so he posted, like, essentially a 2014, like, Facebook quote on his fucking Instagram, and then he's making a video about it. My favorite spiritual quotes. Here's why. Fucking hell. Okay, anyway. I cannot watch this. I will actually spurg out, okay? Babka just manages to find me, like, the best clips to get me to rage at people. I cannot watch this. I will actually just end stream. Hold on. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Let's see his full Christian transformation. But you won't even watch them. Okay.
Teacher, you should check out more. I do loads of his meditations. They're fantastic. That quote, feelings are just visitors, let them come and go, the reference that calls to mind for me is a Rumi poem who talks about himself being a guest house and the various emotions visiting him. It's a sort of, Rumi's a Sufi, so maybe it's a Sufi idea, but giving you a visual language to interpret feelings, because I live with a 2.5-year-old.
It's called an illustration, Russell. It's called an illustration. It's called a metaphor. It's called an illustration.
Giving you a visual language in which to communicate your emotion.
I can't watch it. Okay. I can't. I'm telling you I can't. Okay. So let's see. He's fully converted now. Okay. Fomoy can be pretty, or Fomoir, sorry, can actually be pretty good sometimes, okay? When it comes to, when it comes to documenting and A-logging fucking, I guess, like, right-wingers, and usually men. Okay. So, Russell Brand is converted to Christianity, preaches that immoral society needs to, quote, find our way back to Christ. Does he say Christ is king? I wonder. Okay. On January 20th, grifter and alleged rapist, Russell Brand soft launched his new Christian era by debuting a cross necklace on Instagram. Despite the fact he already has crucifixes tattooed quite visibly on both arms. Soft launching... Okay. Anyway, since then he's been busy posting word salad sermons, and he's always done word salad, often with comical, ironic musings on morality and justice. Okay, so what's this then? Show me the clip compilation.
Making sense of all. The reason I wear a cross is because Christianity, and in particular the figure of Christ are, it seems to me, inevitably becoming more important as I become more familiar with suffering, purpose, self, and not self. And I suppose it takes us.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, once you become familiar with self and not self, I don't know what else there is to become acquainted with. What else is there to become acquainted with? I don't, dude. it's unironically like the fucking meme where it's like the book named "Everything They Teach You at Harvard Business School." It's like, everything they don't teach you at Harvard Business School.
Nate has just tipped $10 through Super Chat. Correction: the band in Forgetting Sarah Marshall was called Infant Sorrow. Brand played Aldous Snow, the lead singer, basically himself. Inside of You and Me Gotta Do Something were Infant Sorrow songs.
Oh, I understand now. Thank you very much. So, right, Brand played Aldous Snow. Okay. Aldous Snow's We Got Yo Do Something was a political anthem of a generation, lol. I used to play Inside of You when I was a manager at an ice rink and watch all the MILFs sway along. That makes a lot more sense now, okay? That makes so much more sense now. Thank you for the 10 for the clarification, Nate. Oh my god, I fucking hate Russell Brand though. Okay.
A certain amount of adulthood, and it might be different for all of us. For me, it seems that it's taken quite a lot to
You got
recognise
dipped.
that you need.
Okay, bro, you're getting too big for your boots.
March Baby tipped $5 through Super Chat. Hey Bobka. Long time no see. Maybe we got off on the wrong foot. Could we all just get along? I'll do anything, I'm desperate, please.
Thank you, Marcus. Listen, if anyone else wants to harass Babka, that's fine. Just make sure to pay me, okay? Make sure to pay me and then all is forgiven. From my end, maybe not from Babka's end. I can probably whip her into shape. Anyway, thank you very much.
I need a personal relationship with God. I went to a Catholic church, the Sacred Heart, in Henley, and I was given this book by a priest. I started to feel the reality of Christ. It's pretty clear what Jesus Christ is about. Kindness, putting other people first, willingness to sacrifice, always scrutinising authority, staying clear about what justice is and what justice isn't.
Is Christianity about questioning authority? Is Christianity about questioning authority? Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, but to God what is God's? Do you not question the secular powers, for God has put them there, for God has appointed them? And that's Paul. No? No? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Anyway, let's see what he's up to now, okay? Oh my god. Oh no, I'm going to do this a little bit more.
People seem more and more adrift from even the most rudimentary morality. How is it that we find our way back to Christ?
There's no denying now that we live in a sort of post-Christian and Christian-derived culture where people just spill into the world. Good luck! Good luck out there making sense of all this. See what you can base on Maggie Thatcher and Only Fools and Horses. See if you can pull a religion out of it for yourself. Okay, I'll try. His heart begins to race.
This guy's insane. This guy's insane. I don't even get the appeal. I don't get the appeal. I mean, if you look at these are like probably watched by hundreds of thousands of people. And then, like, liked and commented by thousands. I don't think these are botted, probably. These probably aren't botted, right? Only Fools and Horses is a classic. Maggie Thatcher is also a classic. But yeah, I don't understand how so many people are, like, into this. This feels like there's a very particular type of person. There's a very particular type of person that I cannot stand that is into this kind of content. Or this kind of, like, speech pattern. And think it's, like, so, like, soul nourishing.
It's Jesus of Nazareth. This is the one they say can heal blindness. Instantly, the crowd shouts at the blind man, "Shut up!" It is the nature of human beings, the nature of modern life, to silence those who interrupt our routine activities and understandings. We don't like those who speak up, who leave the status quo.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is the most annoying fucking religious discourse you'll ever get as well. This is the most annoying religious discourse you'll ever get. So there was a guy who said that Jesus could heal the blind. And then people were like, will you shut the fuck up? People don't like it. People don't like it when we tear down their simple-minded routines and preconceived notions. It's like you take like essentially a single action or a single word of what happens and then try and extrapolate this huge, flowing, like, this is the most boring kind of fucking sermon possible. And he's literally just reading from a book of sermons, to be clear. He's just reading from a book of sermons. And shit sermons at that.
Who refuse to keep quiet.
Lord, make me a channel of thy peace.
Sorry, 1 second. We've got to... I'm seeing the vision, okay? I'm seeing the vision. Hold on. Just a moment. I see what I must do, okay? It's only right, okay? It's only right. Where is it? There we are. Go over here.
Like those who speak up, who leave the status quo, who refuse to keep quiet.
Lord, make me a channel of thy peace, that where there is hatred, I may bring love. But where there is wrong, I may bring the spirit of forgiveness.
Oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, and that you would keep me from evil.
Enlarge my
Keep
what?
me from...
Okay, let me just reset all this. I've completely fucked up my OBS. Back to normal. Amens in the chat. I want amens in the chat.
From evil. I'm doing Lent. I've stopped eating sugar. That means I'm not having...
No! The other thing that I fucking hate, okay? The other thing that I can't fucking stand is people who act like they're so fucking spiritual just based on the fact that they're giving up some trivial luxury for Lent, okay? The whole reason that you celebrate Lent and you observe Lent is because Jesus went without any food or any water. And you're going to give up what? Chocolate? Yeah, you just haven't going on a fucking diet. You're just going on a fucking diet. That's all it is. Or you give it some trivial fucking luxury. I hate that. I need to get that shirt. I do actually quite like that shirt. Maybe I will. Although the neck hole seems too big. I'd feel too exposed.
Having sugar in my tea. Now, as an Englishman, this is an incredible sacrifice. It's Lent and I'm sugar-free. How many days now? Is it 11, 12 days sugar-free?
Oh my god. So when he says sugar-free, he doesn't mean... Oh my god. I thought like he was changing his entire diet to be like low-carb. No. He's just not putting sugar in his tea. And I'm guessing he's not having like toffees and sweets. Also, what kind of, well, I was going to say what kind of wrongun puts sugar in their tea, but I suppose he is an alleged rapist, so.
Have you ever tried living without sugar? Am I reliant on self or sugar, or am I reliant on God? And would you give up your connection to God for a biscuit? Through giving up sugar, you can connect with the divine. Doing this Hallow app that I got off of my mate. Well, actually, I bought it. I got it off of Jonathan Rumi. He plays Jesus in Chosen. And I once worked for Mark Wahlberg when I'd done that show, Ballers. And Jonathan Rumi was my body double. Jesus is my body double. That's my catchphrase. Buddha would say so. Who knows what histories lie unearthed, or subaquatically, to reference briefly Atlantis. There's more.
I mean, it's just laughable. It's just laughable. It's just, I can't. I'm actually being tortured. I'm actually being tortured by having to sit here and endure retarded fucking Russell Brand philosophy. I am mad.
Remember when like hip hop first became a thing, they were like saying, oh, you can't have these explicit lyrics.
You got dicked. Okay, bro, you're getting too big for your boots.
March Baby tipped $2 through Super Chat.
I wonder. Richard Branson on hip hop. Richard Branson on hip hop. I wonder why Babka would be so interested about this video in particular. Anyway, let's see.
Remember when like hip hop first became a thing, they were like saying, oh, you can't have these explicit lyrics. And it was Ice Cube that made the amazing point. Hey, people have always talked about violence in music. What are all them cowboy ballads about? What is it when Johnny Cash says, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die? How come you can say that, but you can't have NWA
Say what?
saying, I killed a mother and I shot an N-word or whatever?
Yeah, he doesn't even say it.
He doesn't even say it. He doesn't even say it. You're quoting a song, Russell. You're quoting a song, Russell. Come on, man. And what? This is the guy who doesn't care what other people think about him, and he's questioning authority, and he doesn't follow the conventions, and you're quoting a song. He walks it back more. Okay.
It is that, you know, I actually like NWA quite a lot. I'm not being dismissive about their lyrics and poetry. What I'm saying is that cultural artifacts get deployed and used by the powerful in the same way that AI will get used by the powerful. AI could be used to benefit all of
I do. Oh my god. Okay, if there's one thing that is almost guaranteed to make me like fucking crash out, okay, it's normie opinions on fucking AI. It's normie opinions on AI. Now, Russell Brand talking about anything makes me want to fucking scream. Russell Brand's opinions on AI? What's he got to say?
in the same way that AI will get used by the powerful. AI could be used to benefit all of us. Who do you think is going to primarily benefit from it? Remember when like hip hop.
That's not even a full take. That's just like you've stated your conclusion. And just, this is the thing, and this highlights my problem with Richard Branson, okay? What the fuck has he just said? What the fuck have you just learned? What has he communicated that's like, interesting? All you have from that is that is an opinion that exists. Do I keep on saying Richard Branson? Russell Brand. He's just saying stuff. Exactly. He's just saying stuff. You sent the PDF? Sent the PDF to jail. Let's go. Okay, sorry.